Hey everybody, I'm all alone today. It is Wednesday. We're doing a Wager Wednesday, a place and time in which you can double your points with just one question, and that's going to be at the end of this show. So make sure you stick around. First one in is Shaggy. 1 point for Shaggy, it looks like. So congratulations. I like that. All right, so we're getting the points already. Already, we are throwing points in. Danny says, not first, damn it. Heather says first. No, not the case, unfortunately. Behind a couple of others, Emily was tied with Heather, but both of them third. Melissa came in and is knows that she's not first, but still here, and we're glad to have you all. So yeah, how's everybody doing? It's halfway through the week. I hope everybody is surviving well, and this was me trying to get first while typing one-handed, eating pho with the other. It wouldn't register that I was pressing enter. Oh, Emily. But here's the good news. You had delicious soup. So that's okay, right? Of the two, you missed out on 1 point, but you got delicious soup. So I think that actually works out pretty well. All right, so here's how it is going down. You'll want to subscribe and follow the show if you want to get that first point. Make sure you turn on your notifications because we go live around 7 o'clock every day, but it differs by a few minutes here and there, so you got to be on top of it. And so if you're the first one to say first in the chat, you get a point just like Shaggy did. Usually the way you get points is you answer questions within the 60 seconds we give you. You put that in the chat, you give you a point. If you're the first one to get the answer correct, we give you 2 points as a bonus because sometimes people will follow you. So that's the best way to get points. You can also do a thing we call throwing a Karen. You shout Karen in the chat there, and that means you think nobody's going to get the answer. That's if you think it's a particularly hard answer. If no one gets it, you get 1 point. But if anyone gets it right, you get -1 point. So it's a bit of a gamble there. And then finally, last but not least, you can get a point for sharing the show up on Facebook, which I'm going to do right now and just show you how that works. This template's a little different than my other templates. I don't know if I've got the Twitch things happening right off the base. But throughout the rest of the show, I've heard sound. There was a sound. So that makes me think that we did get a host just happening just then. But if I go into Facebook and I click in and I turn myself off because I don't want to hear me. And then I go in and I hit the share button and I do share now public, you'll see we get an alert down there. If you see an alert like that, that means you've done it correctly. You're going to get a point. You can do that to public groups. You can do it to people whose pages are available publicly. If you want to tag somebody individually, you can also do that by just going to the chat and doing the @ symbol in their name and saying like, come join for some trivia, and you'll get a point for that as well. So yeah, those are some ways that you can make some points and help us grow, which is good. Another way is if you host the show on Twitch, we'll also give you a point for that. So if you go and hit the host there, at the end we'll tally up all the people who are hosting and get you points for that as well. We appreciate it as well. So I think that's about it. Oh, Smiles has joined us, it looks like, in here. And Septic is also in. I'm not seeing, it looks like we're up to 9. We can't get started yet. Got to have our 10, so we got a little time to hang out. This is, again, our Wager Wednesday. So this is an opportunity for people to double their score up, which is not the usual way that we do things. We did our shootout. Instead of shootout Saturday, we did a matchup Monday. Did everybody like that? I feel like it was successful on Saturdays. And then Mondays are just easier questions. So more people hopefully were able to get some points, which I think affects today because you can wager all the points that you've earned for the entire week on a Wager Wednesday. So hopefully this makes it more likely for people to have more points that they can feel like they can wager. Hi, Smiles. Glad that you are here. No Caitlin tonight. She's got a different meeting she's a part of, a different group for today. And so, unfortunately, she can't join us. So, Another thing I just want to remind everybody, if you can make sure to kind of follow along with your scores at home, that would help me out a lot, because if you looked at my screen right now, I've got like a spreadsheet here and I've got the answers there and I've got the streams happening and there's a lot of things, the chat's over here. So I've got a lot of stuff going on. I've got to not only read the questions and be able to record the whoever gets the answers correct. I've got to make sure that the points are down correctly. And I've also got to make sure that we're still streaming and seeing when time's up and all of these things. So lots of things going on. There's a decent chance I'm going to mess it up. So follow along at home so that we don't lose any points, because I want everybody to make sure that they get their points correctly. We're up to 12. We've got 12 people. Hurrah! We can move forward. This is great. Let's do question number 1 without further ado. Let's roll in. Question number 1, very simply, is gunmetal is an alloy of tin, copper, and what third metal? What would I need to add to tin and copper to make it into gunmetal? 60 seconds on the clock. We need your answers in the chat. Barbine's here. He just shared with the All About Chuck Norris group. Well, I feel like we would have needed to know that ahead of time so we could have changed all of our questions to being all about Chuck Norris. But without the heads up, these aren't all going to be Chuck Norris. So that's going to be a little awkward. I'm just saying, if they show up and they're expecting all Chuck Norris answers. We've got some good answers in zinc, steel, nickel, aluminum. All right. So this is good. I like it when there's a variety of answers, because that means it's not too easy. And we're getting into Wednesday. It's going to get a little harder as the week goes along. So this is good. I've added some little things. So for instance, if Barbine were to sign on to Twitch with his account and host us, we would see a little alert over here showing the hosting. And then if we get a new follower, we get an alert on Twitch as well, right? But notice, or subscription, I guess, is either one. But if you look down in the lower corner there, I guess it's the lower, I don't know what that be, lower right-hand corner? Is that what that is? If you go down there, right, then you'll see that we're trying to get 30 followers over on Twitch. And if anyone else, we have 20 right now. So for the month, we want to get 30. So if you follow us down there, right, it'll push the little indicator over. So if you know anyone with a Twitch account, go tell them to come follow us. And we'll go to the chat. Let's see what we've got answers wise. Lots of different answers. Barbine says, oh, okay, doesn't matter what the question is. The answer is always Chuck Norris. That's all right. So all right. I would just think we should change all of the questions to be about Chuck Norris. I don't think there's time to change the questions while I'm giving the questions. There's a lot that would be very involved. I would probably need a Chuck Norris book, first of all, which I don't have. So that's one thing that's standing in the way of this being all Chuck Norris all the time. But it looks like the most popular answer, and only reason it's more popular than anything else, is because 2 people said it rather than 1 person, is zinc. And Danny was the first one with that answer. Time's up over there on Facebook. So, is the correct answer zinc? And the answer is zinc. That is the correct answer. 2 points goes to Danny. 1 goes to Melissa. Congratulations to both of you. The answer is zinc. You add that to tin and copper and you get gunmetal. So let's move on to question number 2. Question number 2. In what country will you find the town of Pilsen, and which is famous for its beer? So I assume that that's like a Pilsner beer. That would be my guess. 30 seconds on the clock. We need to know where Pilsen is. What country is it in? So where was that originated? That's what the next important question that you have to answer. You just put it in the chat, and we'll make sure that you get points. Again, follow along. We've dropped down to 9. How did we do this? I don't want to have to stop the show, people. you're probably going to need to tag some folks in the chat and make sure that they come and hang out with us, because this is going to be embarrassing if we stop the show. We're back to 12. We're back to 12. That's good. All right, we're back. I was a little worried there for a second. All right, so the couple of good, we've Czech Republic, which I wouldn't have thought of as a beer place. Ireland has a lot of beer, so that's another good answer as well. Both of those are countries, so the good news is that you're at least correct in that sense, right? That even if you're not right as to where it is, that was an actual country. The country of Chuck, says Michael. Barbine, that I'll give you a style point for the Chuck reference, since apparently that's going to be the thing today. So the country of Chuck, not the country of Norris, apparently, but the country of Chuck. So time's up. We're going over to the chat, and let's see. The Czech Republic. That's even better. I like that. Ira, welcome. I don't think we've had you here this week. Have you done this with us before? Is this your first time? If it is, we're really glad to have you here. So we appreciate you being here, Ira. I feel like I've seen you do this before with us. Your name seems very familiar. So welcome back. We'll call it welcome back at this point. And then you can correct us if we are wrong. But we have a new first person this week at least. So everybody say hi to Ira. Yeah, exactly. See, Emily is being very thoughtful. Jenny's here. Good. We've got some other people joining in. All right. So time's up over on Facebook as well. First time overall. Well, Ira, welcome. This is a thing we do every night at 7 o'clock. We've been doing it through the entire pandemic, so you can join us. If you want to know about when we go live, there's a little subscribe button or follow. I think it might be follow on Facebook. On Facebook, hit the little follow, and there's a little bell, and you just set it to all, so it'll let you know when we go live. It's around 7 o'clock every night. We have a lot of fun. Ask the other folks. Folks, do we have fun or not? We've been doing it for like 3 months now. So if you're not having fun, I don't know why you're still coming. So I'm guessing that there's a lot of fun. Let's get to the answer here. So we're looking for what country, the town of Pilsen, which is famous for its beer, which country is that? And the answer is the Czech Republic. It's the Czech Republic. So Danny came in with the answer correct first. Emily got a point. Melissa got a point. And also Ira came in first answer off the board, grabs a point, off to a really strong start, Ira. So, let's stick around for question number 3. Question number 3. In craps, the game of craps, what number is nicknamed center field? What number is nicknamed center field? Have you guys played craps before? It's a lot of fun. We got 60 seconds on the clock. I think I've gone to casinos quite a bit. I don't know that I do it terribly often, but once every couple of years I probably go. And I think I enjoy craps the most. And the reason I do is because it's like really social. Like you're shouting and you're laughing and you're throwing things because you got dice. You get to actually like do a thing, right? You're throwing chips down onto the table, but you're there with like 9 other people. So it's a lot of fun if you have friends there as well, right? It's fun with strangers because you're all betting together, but if you have friends together, it's a lot of fun. You're laughing, you're kind of, poking at each other when you win and when you lose. So I would highly suggest it. It feels like it's kind of complicated. It's actually not that bad. And it's really enjoyable, I think. Emily says, I enjoy blackjack the most, also social, and you win. So we'll go to the chat. If you guys want to hear about it, I'll tell you the simple way of how to do craps. Do you want the for dummies version of craps? Because I can totally go through it. It takes like a minute. It's not that hard. It looks like there's a ton of stuff, but most of it doesn't matter. But you let me know. We're going to stick with trivia unless you guys want to hear the version, the for dummy versions of craps. And that way, if you go to a casino, you can know what to do. All right. So time's up over on Facebook as well. We've got a Karen on the board. So, Ira, you're new here, so you don't know the rules, but the way that a Karen works is if you think that no one's going to get the answer correct, you can shout Karen with an I into the chat. All right. And if if you do that, you're saying nobody's going to get it right. If no one gets it right, you get a point, even if you didn't know what the answer was. And but if anybody gets it wrong, right? If anyone gets it wrong, if anyone gets it wrong, if everyone gets it wrong, you get a point. If anyone gets it right, then you lose a point. Oh, for some reason, we've got a weird thing happening on YouTube where it's firing things over and over again. I don't know why that's happening. Just ignore that. Hopefully it will stop. All right. So how many letters are there in Chuck? So Barbine has a trivia question he'd like to ask people. So you guys can answer that one as well. Smiles went with the Karen. So we're going to answer first. Did anyone get it correct? And unfortunately, someone did get it correct. So Smiles, unfortunately, you're going to get a negative point for that one, which is such a shame. But those are the rules. Here's the thing, though. Only one person got it right. So that rules out Jenny and Emily. The correct answer is 9. The number 9. And so Melissa gets 2 points for that one. 2 points for Melissa for question number 3. And so, yeah, unfortunately, that is how it rolled out that time. Sometimes the Karens, this is a good time to start those Karens, though. Wednesday is when it starts getting a little harder. Is Ira even still here? Am I explaining things to Ira and Ira's already left? I'm just curious if that's the case. Emily says, definitely went to middle school with Ira. Oh, that's pretty cool. We have connections in the real world. Diana says, I agree. Barbine sent that before time was up. All right. That's your answer. The answer is how many letters are there in Chuck? Okay. So 5, I'm guessing, is what your answer was. Christina's joined us. Hello, Christina. We can just call him Barbie. Okay, Ira's still here. Good. I'm glad I'm describing things then for you, Ira. Let's move on to question number 4. Question number 4 is, which Hawaiian island is nicknamed the Garden Island? So there are several islands there's actually a lot of islands in the Hawaiian chain. They're not all in America, I don't believe. Some of them are like parts of, but the archipelago of Hawaii is quite large. And so we're looking for, you've got the Big Island, which is actually called Hawaii, right? You've got Oahu, which is the most populous of the islands. And then there's things like Maui, and there's a bunch of others. And one of them is called the Garden Island. Which one is that? So that's what we're looking for the answer today. Which island is the Garden Island? And so yeah, just answer in the chat there, and we will see if we get yours answer correct. Septic went with Pig Island. Pig Island is an interesting answer. I don't believe that Pig Island is correct, because I don't think that is actually an island that's in. I don't know of that island, at least, Pig Island, but I don't believe that that's correct. It is probably one of the other islands. It would be weird because if it is, Pig Island would be probably known as Pig Island, not as the Garden Island, right? Due probably to the pigs. All right, this is good. We got Kauai, Maui. We've got Molokai. Another good guess. Those are all islands in that chain. So I think those are all really solid answers. All right, so time's up. We're going over, waiting for Facebook to catch up here. The island is called Chukak, which is pronounced truck. I'm sorry. Septic says I'm missing a thing of beauty by not knowing about Pig Island. Septic, please tell us more about Pig Island. In case we want to vacation to Pig Island, how would we get there? What do we do for Pig Island? Are there any resorts that we could go to on Pig Island or anything like that? I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious. All right, so let's go to the is there bacon on Pig Island? That's a really good question. We need to know if there's bacon on Pig Island. So the correct answer was Kauai, which a bunch of people got. Danny was the first one, so 2 points to Danny. And then we've also got points for Melissa, and we've got a point for Emily, and we've got a point for Smiles, and a point for Ira. Ira's 2 out of 3, doing pretty good over there, kind of killing it. This is good. You're batting like 66% right now, which is pretty high percentage, especially on a Wednesday. So let's move on to question number 5. Question number 5. Septic is bowed out and just put a piece of cheese. Is that what that is? Question number 5 is what artery leaves the right ventricle in humans? What is the name of the artery that leaves the right ventricle in human beings? We need the name of that. So 60 seconds on the clock. There's a pig beach in the Bahamas. Ah, there is. Melissa, I've heard about that. That's correct. And there's like pigs and they swim and they'll come up to you and stuff like that. I have heard about that. I imagine there must be a pig island somewhere. It's a simple enough name for an island that I can't imagine that there's no pig island. Right? There's got to be a pig island. So it's not necessarily a Hawaiian island. I will say that. So we've got all right, so we've got questions or answers coming in. This is good. We're still looking, about 20 seconds left on the clock. So we still need the answer to what artery leaves the right ventricle in humans. That is what we need to go for. Let's see. Emily says, my husband is a paramedic. I should know this. Is he there? Ask him. You should go with, you've got a cheat code on this one. Time's up. We're going to go to the chat and wait for Facebook to catch up. We've got 2 main things. Pulmonary and aorta are the 2 that are right now the leaders. Everyone here should know why. All right, so there we go. Another aorta. He's on shift right now. Oh, that's just when you needed him. Just when you needed him. All right, so we've caught up on Facebook, so time's up there as well. Oh, we have aortic, and we have aorta, and we have pulmonary. So let's see. Looking through no Karen. So people believed that this was going to be answered correctly. And the correct answer is pulmonary. Yeah. So Danny got it in with a question first, and then Melissa also gets a point for that. And Emily, despite your husband not being there and his knowledge of health and the human body, you were able to pull this one off all by yourself. So congratulations on that. I didn't see an answer from Barbine. I assumed it was going to be the Norris, perhaps. It was like the Norris ventricle or the Norris artery. Never did get anything from him, though. All right, so we're halfway through. We are halfway through. This is good. So I'm just going to go from the top down in terms of the alphabet here, because that's going to make my life a little bit easier. Danny right now has 8 points. We're going over the points, by the way. If your points differ from the points that I have for you, let me know. Danny's killed it. It's gotten has gotten the first answer 4 out of 5 times. So 8 points for Danny. We've got Emily with 3 points. Smiles has just 0 points. She earned a point and lost a point with a Karen. So even for the night right now. Ira has got 2 points. So doing pretty well there. Missed the first question altogether. So if you think about it, 50%, getting it right 50% of the time. So that's a pretty good percentage. Melissa has gotten, I believe, has gotten every single one of these correct. Yeah, I think every single question has been answered correctly by Melissa, and she's got 6 points. She got the first answer once, so that's pretty impressive. We're batting 1,000 over there with Melissa, and then Shaggy's got 1 point for coming in and saying first, but hasn't had any answers after that. Shaggy, why are you not answering? We need you. Barbine's got a bunch of style points, but no actual points right now. And Christina just joined us, so we've only seen, I don't think we've seen an answer from Christina yet. So there we go. Jenny, great thing to point out. If you want to see Danny's answers, you'll have to go look at the chat in the stream, because that brings them all together, just so you know. So a lot of the other, if you go over to Twitch or you go to YouTube, I think you'll see the Facebook chats over there. But if you're on Facebook, you won't see the Twitch chats. So you have to watch the stream. That's why we have that up there. There you go. So you'll be able to see that. Let's move on. Have you ever lost your keys in your beard, Keith? I have not. They're quite heavy, so they would fall out. But you can put wires and stuff in there. I don't think I could lose. I think if it was like silverware, I think that wouldn't stick. Plastic silverware, like plasticware, I could totally put that in there, and then I'd be set to go on there. Jenny, you could also move over to Twitch, and it'll make you faster, and you'll see all of Danny's stuff. And there you go. I think me switching to Twitch has made a disadvantage for Facebook. So you would see not only hers, but as I said again, Facebook actually posts over to Twitch. So that's something to check out. Trey has joined us just in time. We're halfway through the show. So let's move on to question number 6. Question number 6. In what year did the Beatles break up? Straightforward. This is an easy one, folks. 60 seconds on the clock. We just need a year that the Beatles broke up. And you know what? To make it a little easier, I'll take closest. So if nobody guesses the correct year, I will give the point to the person who came closest. So let's say the correct answer was 1920, and nobody guessed 1920. If somebody did 1921 or 1919, each of them would get a point. So let's see. We're doing closest for this one. That makes it a little easier for folks. And we'll see what answers people come up with. We've got 82. We've got 1970. We've got 1979. That's good. Septic just says shit. That seems like that's not really like a year, I would say. That would be this year. This year is shit. That's the year that I think would fall into that category. All right, so let's see. We got time up. We're going to go to the chat here, and we'll wait for Facebook to kind of catch up while we're doing this and see what people's answers are. We want everybody to get a chance to answer, and Facebook's a little behind the other streams, so we don't want to jump into the answers too quickly because we want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity. It is only fair, I believe. Let's see. Trey is going to go with 1962 when Pete Best left. So you're saying that the initial Beatles, that's the initial breakup that we should count. All right. So time's up over on Facebook as well. And we don't have any Karens, so people thought that somebody's going to get it right. And that's a good idea because the correct answer is 1970. 1970. So looks like Danny got it correct again, getting the 2 points to start off with. But I think it's good to point out that not only Danny got points, but Smiles, Trey, Emily, Ira, and continuing the streak, Melissa also got the correct answer. So that is 6 in a row for Melissa. Very impressive. So let's move on to question number 7. Question number 7. The Labrador Sea separates North America, the continent of North America, from where? What is it between North America and what? The Labrador Sea. Hint for this is there's also an area of land called Labrador, and it might be related to that. That's another thing. Yeah, Barbine says, hey. Hey. It's just separating it from hay. Chuck Norris made Way of the Dragon in 1970. Oh, I see. So you think you should get a point because Chuck Norris made a movie during that time. Is that it? Are you going to... Oh, I see what you're doing. So you answered 1970 by Way of the Dragon. Is that true? I'll give you a point for it, Barbine. But I'm just... Are you lying to me? Because I don't want to have to look it up. I've got too much to do tonight. So if you believe that Way of the Dragon... Was Way of the Dragon actually in 1970? All right. So let's see. Stu Studcliffe left earlier the same year. Oh, so there you go. 62 you think is the right answer, Trey, for that. To less than 10 seconds. 5 seconds left to get your answers in. All right. I gave you the point, Barbine, for creatively answering that. We're going to the chat. Danny says it's 1972. Barbine. Oh my God, Barbine. Did you lie to me? Are you lying to me? Can someone... Oh, he's saying it's made in 1970 and released in 19... Can we prove that? Somebody prove that. I need a third party to say that it was made in 1970. Did it at least start filming in 1970? Something. Give me something. I want to give Barbine a point because it was a very creative way to do it, but he can't lie to me. That's just rude. All right, so time's up over on Facebook as well, and I just got all distracted by Barbine, so I didn't go through and get people's points. I'm not seeing any Karens. So the correct answer, we'll go from the top here. Septic goes with China, and that is not correct, Septic, unfortunately. I don't know that is there a sea that separates China from North America? I think there's a sea that separates China from like Japan, right? I mean, it would be, and the answer would be like the entire Pacific, maybe, right? You've got the Baltic, not the Baltic Sea. What is the sea next to Alaska that separates Alaska in North America from like Russia, right? That's the Bering Sea. But that, yeah, it wouldn't be China. There's just no way. Trey says Greenland, and that is correct. The correct answer is Greenland, stealing one of those first points away from Danny. Danny was not able to steal that point that time. She was getting most of the first correct points. And then going down, Emily gets a point. And Danny does get 1 point, but not that double. Didn't double up that time. Melissa also gets a point, still with the streak. The streak is alive, everybody. And Jenny gets a point. Well done, Jenny. Breaking the seal for today, getting your first point. Ira still going strong with a point. And let's see, Smiles now 2 points for Smiles. Coming back strong. Halfway through, had 0 points. Now has gotten 2 in a row correct. That's pretty impressive. And I think that's it. I think those are all the ones that said Greenland in time. Trey says, agree, Septic. Let's see. Bruce Lee was better than Chuck Norris. Oh, those are fighting words. Mainly like karate fighting words. Specifically. Let's see. Started filming May of 72 and ended filming in June of 72. My God. Barbine, I thought we were friends. And you lied to my face. I'm taking your point away. Lied to my face trying to get points. Oh my goodness. There's a couple of seas between North America and China, but Pacific is between all of them. Yeah, I would say that. It's 12:30. I have a headache. I'm sorry, Septic. I'm gonna be much quieter. I should not be so loud. You've got a headache, and it's rude how loud I've been this entire time. So we'll just do a quieter show. Everybody, Septic has a headache. So just if we could just not shout in the chat, that would be really nice. Want to just calming things. Ira, you're right. Yes, it was the Bering Sea. Rose Ellen is here. Hey, Rose Ellen. We're keeping quiet because Septic has a headache and we don't want to make it worse. So welcome. We're glad to have you here. Let's see. That Ira game is strong. It is. Ira's doing very well. Getting all my facts off the internet. Going for the easy listening radio DJ voices. Yes, we're doing a little bit of we're doing what is it? Public radio. We're doing that's what we're going to do. Do a little NPR from now on. We're doing NPR to make sure that Septic doesn't have a worse headache. NPR, for Septic doesn't realize this, but NPR is National Public Radio here in the United States. And everyone talks much softer and nicer. So there we go. Here we go. Yeah, this is also my 1-900 number, which is, yes, if I were on a sex line, I think it would be different. I think it would be more like, hi, welcome to the sex line. Do you have, do the late night ASMR voice. That's if I'm quiet. I have to do, this is the ASMR voice. The ASMR voice is just whispering. So we're not doing that either. This isn't the, we're doing just the quiet, calm voice where we don't yell a lot. Just so Septic doesn't get more of a headache, because we don't want that to happen. Let's move on to question number 8. Question number 8. Question number 8 is, what is the name of the circus organ that is operated by a keyboard and has steam whistles? It's operated by a keyboard, but it has steam whistles, and it's usually used in the circus, and it's like an organ. All right. So it's the Quiet Storm. Yeah, it is. Roll the R's on the sex line. Oh yeah, I think I will do that. Okay, Delilah is, what is Okay, Delilah? Is that if I'm singing Okay, Delilah? All right. Let's make sure we have 60 seconds on the clock for everybody to answer correctly. Just put it down there in the chat, and we'll make sure that you get your points in our smooth jazz version of trivia today. Smooth trivia, everybody. We're doing smooth trivia. All right, let's see what people have come up with here. It looks like we've got some different answers, which is very exciting. I prefer it when there's the different answers. Right now, we're all just wondering, is Melissa going to be able to get every question right? I don't know if that's been done before, but we have about 15 seconds left. Keith Delilah is this radio personality that talks about these long-lost loves and challenges and the places love songs together. Oh, I didn't know about that. That's really good to know. Thank you for sharing that with us today. Time's up, so we're going to go to the chat now. All right, let's see. Trying to get everybody's scores in there so we can move through and make sure that we get to the end, because we're doing a Wager Wednesday today, and the Wager Wednesday is where we're going to be able to bet points that you've had this week and try and get. Let's see, I can't stop laughing, and I get headaches because of reading due to my dyslexia, not because of you being loud. But maybe this will help. What I'm hoping is, Septic, is that we can find a cure for that headache in the smooth, dulcet tones of my smooth jazz voice. All right, let's go to the... time's up. Yeah, we're going to the chat. It looks like the most popular of all of the answers was a very difficult. It's Callie Calliope, 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 says people. And the correct answer is Calliope, which is spelled just like that. It just looks super weird. But yes, Calliope. That is correct. So the first person to get that is Trey. Just Danny was able to get in just after with the Steam Calliope. And Melissa gets a point. So still on track, Melissa. This is very exciting. We're watching a record right now, perhaps being broken. We're not sure if that is the case, but a Wednesday where somebody's gotten all of the answers, it's hard to say. We haven't been tracking it up to this point. So it could have happened, but we don't know for sure. And then let's see, we've got Emily and Rose Ellen and Ira. Just an extra L in there. Just a little extra L, but I'm going to give it to you because I think we knew what you were going for. Barbine went with the Yamaha 155B, which is not a Hammond organ, I suppose. That is not the correct answer, but I'll give you a style point for that one, although it had nothing to do with Chuck Norris. It's also known as the bone organ from the Goonies. Oh, you do get a style point for a Goonies reference. I think that's fair. Septic needs fresh air. Well, we're talking as if we're on fresh air right now. Proud folks stare after me, call me Calliope. Tootin' joy, tootin' hope. I am the Calliope. All right. So, you're letting Ira know about the Danny Trey bets. Rose, I hope there's not a thunderstorm outside at the moment. Oh. I don't. Why is that? Why are you saying that there would be? If he goes outside, he's going to be hit by lightning, perhaps. You got double style points, Barbine. You're welcome. Danny has probably gone 10 for 10 a bunch of times. Maybe. I don't know. Let's move on to question number 9. Question number 9. What is the name of the character that led a double life as Zorro? What is the name of the character that led a double life as Zorro? 60 seconds on the clock. What is the name of the character that led a double life as Zorro? No, Septic. The answer is not Zorro himself. It is the name of the character who was Zorro. That's what we need. You can't just say the name, can't say the answer that is in the question. I am disappointed that you think that we made trivia questions where the answer is just one of the words in the question. That is slightly offensive, and I would raise my voice at you if I was allowed to. But we're not doing that because we don't want to hurt you. But I would totally hurt you right now. I'm just saying. It would be just screaming at a level that you cannot even understand. You can't comprehend the amount of screaming that I would do at you right now, because but Tony Stark Iron Man, or is he Tony Stark? No, Tony Stark is not Iron Man. Iron Man is a suit that he wears. Like, Tony Stark can be separate. That's just saying. I think that's silly. Let's move to the chat because time is up. We're going to take a look at people's answers once Facebook catches up here and see if anybody was able to get it correct, because obviously Septic didn't, and everyone should shame him. All right. Let's see if Facebook catches up soon enough. Barbine has given us a YouTube video, which I feel like is not an answer. I don't feel like you can just do answers as videos. We don't have, this is not video Jeopardy, double Jeopardy. You have to actually give us an answer. Septic says, I think he's both. Yes, but since we've given you Zorro, it's not much of a trivia question. if you then answer Zorro. No one's going to click that link, Barbine. That is probably the best for everyone. I'm just saying. I would not suggest it. It's probably not something that's going to be allowed on YouTube for long. I don't know why our YouTube is saying time's up so many times, but it is. Jenny, it's okay. You can go to sleep. It's just relax and just let all the stress of the day leave your body. All right, and just feel your body getting heavy, and then your eyes, they're getting heavy, and they're slowly closing. All right, and then you're just, when I snap my fingers, you're going to go into a deep, deep sleep. Okay, now Jenny, I want you to bark like a dog. Just bark like a dog. And that's good. Perfect. Just do that. And then when your neighbors complain, pretend like you don't know what it was. Okay, and now wake back up, Jenny. Wake back up. There we go. You're back awake. Everything's fine. Nothing has changed. We definitely didn't make you bark like a dog. It's everything's good. The answer to question number 9 is Don Diego. I assume Del Toro Vega is correct. A lot of people seem to have gotten that. I just had Don Diego, so I'm going to accept all of those. All right. Danny barked. Jenny didn't bark. That's okay. All right. So everybody, Trey got 2 points on that one. Emily gets a point. Melissa keeping the streak alive. Danny, Smiles, and Rose Ellen all get points as well. Let's go. Let's go into question number 10. Question number 10. No, it's not technically correct. You are a terrible person, Septic. Question number 10. All right. What art form did Alexander Calder create in 1930? What art form did Alexander Calder create in 1930? 60 seconds on the clock. What did he call this art form, or what was it called? I pushed you into half a trance. River dancing. I like that answer. That is, I feel like that happened after 1930. But I'll give you a style point for river dancing. All right, let's see. We've got some other answers coming in. Static sculpture. What is a half trance? I feel like it's not terribly useful. Half a trance. I know when you have people in a trance, you can make them do things. Half a trance would be like that they're sort of argumentative sometimes. Is that what we're doing? Let's see. Time's up, so we're going to go to the chat and see what answers people went with here. All right, let's see what people have here. Highly susceptible to hypnosis type voices. That's good to know. We have a Karen on the board here. All right, time is up. We've got all of our answers in. I feel like perhaps Danny answered and then maybe other people copied Danny, because I'm surprised that everybody went with static sculpture, which is technically correct. That is a correct answer. So Danny's going to get 2 points for that. I would have expected more people to probably go with a broader term, which is mobiles, right? Mobiles. I call them, which is also what he's really well known for. So yeah, I would have accepted either of those. We're going to go with static sculpture. AL hockey. I thought it was older than that, though. The Calder Cup. I see what you did there, Trey, because of that. Jenny, unfortunately, a negative point for you because people did get it correct. That is the correct answer. Same Calder as the racetrack. It's probably not. I would guess not the same. Abstract. No, I believe abstract art might have was probably happening before that. I feel like that was earlier. Swirl, not correct. And then Melissa, look at that. Runs the table, is able to get 11 points by getting one question first and all of the other questions correct. Congratulations, Melissa, for being able to pull that off. Let's see. Should I be concerned that my nose is bleeding now? No, nothing's happening. Septic. It's perfectly fine. Don't worry about anything. There's nothing you need to be concerned about. All right, let's move over to our points. No, Barbine, you did not win. You won the style competition. All right, so our points are as follows. Danny was able to pull out 15 points, missing only one question, and getting all but 4 of them first. Smiles has 3 points. Emily has 8 points. Ira has 5 points. Melissa has 11 points. Rosellen has 2 points. Shaggy has 1 point. And Trey has 7 points. And then Jenny also is at 0 points, got 1 point. And then a Karen, which lost a point. Let's see. How many style points, how many share and style points do I have? Well, we'll have to find that out in a second. So those were all the points that we had just from the questions and Shaggy's first. I just want to put that out there. Now, I do need to go over. I want to make sure that I'm getting the points over to my other spreadsheet here because I wanted to do them all separately to make it a little bit easier on me. So Danny had the 15, so I'm going to get that in. What was it? Emily had 1. No, before that I want Smiles. Smiles had 3. Emily had 8. Who's next down there? Ira, which we don't have on here yet. Ira, we need to make sure you get a row here. So this is, I know, not terribly interesting, but I need to get Ira on here. And so Ira's going to, this is our weekly calendar here, our weekly one. So if you come back, these points actually go over time. Ira has 5 points. The reason that we accumulate these points is whoever wins the week gets a free t-shirt. We got a free t-shirt. So you could win a free t-shirt. It starts on Monday. It ends on Sunday. And so you've got 5 points towards that right now. And then let's see. Who else got some points that I need to do? Melissa gets 11. And 2 for Rosellen. 1 for Shaggy. And Trey gets 7. Okay, so there's that. So now we have to do our shares because as we said earlier, if you shared the show publicly, you get points. As long as they're unique shares. Barbine has done unique shares to a bunch of groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 points for Barbine. Awesome. Thank you for spreading the word, Barbine. He is our minister of misinformation. Jenny gets a point for that. So 1 point there for the day. Rose Ellen gets another point. So 3 total for Rose Ellen. And let's see what else. Emily gets a point. Where's Emily on here? Oh, under E for Emily. That would make a ton of sense. We should definitely do that. And then I've already got Shaggy's share. Or no, I don't have Shaggy's share. So Shaggy gets a second point. And then we're going to run over to Twitch and see who is hosting us. Let's see who's hosting. Looks like Caitlin is, and my friend Mike, and then Septic gets a point for hosting. Thank you, Septic. And if you also add style points, yes, you've obviously won the style points there. What do we have over here? Add them together. We're not adding them together. That's not how it works. Septic says I can't. It's coming out as 78 over 98. It's probably because my voice has been so chill that it has helped lower your blood pressure. You're welcome. I'm helping you with blood pressure. Does that mean, so like if you have low oil pressure, it's because you have a leak somewhere in the system and you're losing oil usually, or that you have too little oil, but it usually means like something's popped off and oil's coming out and then you lose oil pressure. So does this mean that like there's a leak somewhere where all his blood's going and now he doesn't have blood pressure? All right. You're not going to do the Wager Wednesday, huh, Barbine? You've got points that you can spend here. So Wager Wednesday. Here we're doing it. Wager Wednesday. This is let's go over and get your category. The category is going to be chemistry. Chemistry is the category. So just all the people that happen to be here right now, here are your scores. Here is your scores for the week. And remember, you can bet as many as you want for the and many points as you have earned for the week. So Jenny, you have 11 points for the week. Septic, you have 14. Shaggy's has 6. Smiles has 14. Rosellen has 11. Ira, you have 5. Trey, you've got 24. Barbine, you have 9. Emily, you have 16. Melissa, you have 27. And Danny has 36. So let us know how many you want to be able to bet on the Wager Wednesday. Let's see what we've got. What do we got? He's very young. He has very good blood pressure because of it. Maybe. I don't know how that works. Is that bad? I don't know what happens. Do they measure in the same in other countries? Oh, that's a good question. Maybe he's doing it in metric. That's his metric. Melissa says 20. Oh, before that, let's see. Danny says all. So Danny's going with all 36 points. And then who else? I'll hoard the points. I have no bet. All right, no bet it is. 20 says Melissa. 20 points for Melissa. Emily is all in. Emily is going all in with all 16. All 16 points. Jenny says 1 point. I like that. Just to keep it interesting. Septic says, put me all in. I want some new shoes. All right. All 14 points are going in. Ian is first. Ian, do you want to participate as well in the betting? We're doing Wager Wednesday. The category is chemistry, and you have up to 11 points that you can bet. All in. All right. 11 points for Ian. Let's see. So I don't have anything from Barbine. I don't have anything from Trey. Oh, no. Trey says all in. All right. 24 points for Trey. I don't have anything for Ira. I don't see Ira's bet. Ira, you could bet as many as 5. Rosellen, Klondike Bar wrapper. Okay. We all know what Rosellen would do for a Klondike bar, right? Are we familiar with that? All right. Let's take a look. Ian says you heard him. He was first. Yep, that is it. All right. So I'm going to go over these bets and then we'll go to the question. All right. Everybody ready? Jenny has 1 point that there is being bet. Septic has 14 points. Trey has 24. Emily has 16. Melissa's betting 20. Danny is betting 36. And Ian is betting 11. Oh, Rosellen would like 1 point. All right, 1 point it is. 1 point. There we go. 1 Klondike bar wrapper. All right. Yeah, maybe Septic, you should go talk to your parents about this. Are they around? Are your parents around, Septic? If you've got a pretty bad headache and your nose is bleeding and I wouldn't do that. I would, because it could be things like, brain hemorrhages and things like that. I would probably talk to your parents and let them know that you're getting a bloody nose and a headache and incredibly low blood pressure. So, yeah. Well, because Septic is having a headache and might have an aneurysm, so I didn't want to set it off. So that's what we're doing tonight. We're trying to soothe him. So yeah, Septic, maybe it might be worth talking to your parents. I know it's late. It's like 1 o'clock there, but I probably wouldn't wait until the morning, because if it's bad, it's going to get real bad real quick. It's not like it might get bad in a couple of days kind of thing. It might be like internal bleeding or something. So, all right. So here we go. The question for our Wager Wednesday is: the gas N2O is known by what non-chemical related nickname? So we're looking for the name of this gas, not related to its chemical makeup. What is a colloquial term for it? Paul. Paul is a good name for a gas. That sounds like a very noble gas. All right, so 60 seconds on the clock. Let's see if anyone's able to double up their points and see what people come up with. Here we go. A bunch of different answers coming in. Probably helped that Emily just shouted, "Wow, I actually knew that one." That probably didn't hurt people's chances. Let's hope that she is correct and that she did know it. Well, this is street drugs or chemistry. I feel like you never watched Breaking Bad, Smiles. It's pretty easy. Ian says jumping jack flash is a gas. I was Googling septic symptoms, so I didn't pay attention. Well, that is unfortunate. All right, time is up. Let's go to the chat. It looks like the most popular answer happens to be laughing gas. We've also got Paul and Ringo. We've got nitrous oxide. Melissa says that, which is actually the chemical makeup of the gas. That is correct. It is a nitrous oxide. But we were looking for the non-chemical name for it. Bert is the kind of sound a gas might make. That's fair. That is a fair sound. Yes, Diana Smiles. We can't tell you if it's going to be an easy question or not. That's defeats the purpose of betting. All right, so time is up. That's just a fact. You just need to all come to terms with that now. We have no time left. The answer is laughing gas. Yes, it is. Emily was absolutely correct, and then decided to throw everybody a bone on that one, which was a weird thing to do in a competition, but I appreciate the camaraderie. There's no rules that you can't just yell, I am correct. So Melissa unfortunately didn't get it correct, so negative 20 points there. You have 7 left for the week. Did anyone else not get it? Let's take a look from the top. Jenny went with laughing gas, gets it. Septic got it even though he's currently dying. Rose Ellen got it correct. Trey also... Did Trey answer? Yes, there it is. Trey's answer is there. That's correct. Emily was the first one there, but no bonus for that. Danny says laughing gas. Ian also said laughing gas. So yeah, pretty much everyone got that. So that is great. Yeah, Ian, for some reason, the script on is hitting YouTube a whole bunch of times, and I don't know why. Don't know why that's happening. But time is definitely up. Yes, Googling symptoms is just going to be cancer. That's always what it is. All right, everybody. That is the entire game. That is all we have. So let's take a look at who won the regular game, because we don't count the Wager Wednesday on that one. We just count the original 10 questions. And that is Danny is tonight's winner with 15 points. Melissa came in just behind her with 11. So Danny, please give us your acceptance speech and what color you would like the studio to be tomorrow. We went with the aquamarine today. Hopefully I nailed that for you. And yeah, while we're waiting for that, don't forget that I also have a podcast called Another Wasted Hour. You can go to any of the podcast outlets, anywhere you would get a podcast, search for Another Wasted Hour. That includes Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. Any of those places, you'll be able to find it. Then don't forget to subscribe, and then you can give us a review if you enjoy it, and give us some stars. We would appreciate that as well. Quick show of hands, who here has reviewed the podcast out of sheer curiosity? I know a lot of people have let us know that the trivia here that we do has been something that you've appreciated. I'm just curious, has anybody actually gone and subscribed and reviewed the podcast? We have asked. I can't believe I won damn competitive side. Thanks for the Delilah voice. Not killing Septic tonight. Yeah, we go wake your mother. You'd like it to be purple. All right, tomorrow we will be purple. Deep toot rips. What does that mean? Yes, go wake up your mom. Just let her know that there's a thing. And if she decides not to go to the hospital, that's her business. And then you can feel bad and not feel bad that because then she killed you and that's her fault. We just don't want to be responsible for it. I've listened to the podcast before. I haven't reviewed it and should, but I should review it. Yeah, you should review it. So if you haven't reviewed it, please do that. People sometimes read reviews and go, oh, this seems like it's a good podcast. Maybe I'll check it out. So if you can do that, I would appreciate it. You can't rate on Google Podcasts. Well, that's fair. All right. Ian's willing to do brain surgery on septic. That's really nice. I still like you, Smiles. You don't have to support me. I just appreciate it. So people have been saying that they appreciated the trivia, like us coming on every night. And so a cool way to show that would be to help us out on that side too. Because, yeah, so that's kind of the thing. Melissa has reviewed our podcast. Oh, thank you, Melissa. That is very cool of you. So Emily, if you haven't reviewed it, we'd appreciate that. That is all. That is all we have. So yeah, I think those are all the things. I don't know what else to say. I guess until tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Well, I guess I should say, don't forget also to follow and subscribe to this, because we do this every night at 7 o'clock. So do that as well. And you can like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at A Wasted Hour on Twitter, Another Wasted Hour on Instagram and Facebook. And we have a group called Another Wasted Group on Facebook where we do a bunch of inside jokes and stuff like that. So you can be a part of that. So don't forget to keep in touch with us, because if we can't do things at 7 o'clock, then we're going to post it on our social media so that you know not to hang around or to come a little later or come earlier or whatever that is. All right. So those are all the things until 7 o'clock next evening, tomorrow, and a fortnight from now. Everybody, be careful, be safe. Septic, please go get yourself checked out and make sure you're okay. And if you go out, wear your mask if you're around other people, or stay 6 feet away from people. One of those two. Those are both good. Don't touch your face. Wash your damn hands. Those types of things. Just want you to be safe and stay healthy, so we'll see you again. Shout out to all of the folks who have been out there being essential workers, first responders and nurses and doctors and truck drivers and delivery people and cashiers and all of those people and mechanics. So thank you for all of you. We know that is, you were out there sacrificing, possibly making, risking your life and your health so that we could stay home and be safe. And we really appreciate that. So that is all, everyone. I think that's it, right? Yeah. So everybody have a good night. All right. Take care.